The Minnesota Vikings lose their final preseason game 18-17 to the hapless Arizona Cardinals. Kevin O'Connell, Kevin O for the preseason. I was really hoping to retire that bit by today, but alas, it will continue until at least one more season. It would have been nice to actually have a victory during this preseason, and it looked really good after the first half of the first quarter up 14-0, but the Vikings got outscored 18-3 for the rest of the game, and ultimately, the Arizona Cardinals, congratulations, you won your Super Bowl. The story of today's game was that performance of one Jaren Hall. No, I'm not ready to declare that he is going to be our starting quarterback in 2024. But what I am going to declare, he's not some guy that is going to be strictly just a backup at best, and that we know that for sure. I'm sorry. He's got tools. He's got scrambling ability. He has pocket awareness. And if you're not seeing the transformation from Jaren Hall over the last 16 days from preseason game 1 to preseason game 3, then I'm not entirely sure what we're watching. He's not ready to take over the backup spot. He has shown development. After getting a chance to play with the second string offensive line instead of exclusively the thirds, he actually looked really good. That first drive, rollouts, play action, bootlegs, short dump off passes, right down the field. Second drive, okay, one play, 5 seconds, easy touchdown throw, but he made the throw. Oh, sure, he did take 6 sacks today, but I'm going to put 2 of those on him where he needs to know that his internal clock is up and needs to get rid of the ball. But the other 4, I'm going to put on the offensive line, including one where the guard absolutely just let the defensive tackle make a beeline right for him. Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, Jaren Hall, they all would have taken a sack there. I'm sorry. While he doesn't have the pinpoint accuracy of one Kirk Cousins, he does have a nice touch on the ball. He does have an opportunity to drive it. And yes, that last play, okay, run for your first down and live to fight another day. But it was a great throw, albeit past the line of scrimmage. All I'm going to say on Jaren Hall is this. We've got something here. He is going to be the number 3 quarterback this year, and that probably is the smart play. But it's the safe play. That's what the Vikings always do. And I get it. If Kirk Cousins were to miss time, Nick Mullins does have a higher floor than Jaren Hall. But Jaren Hall has a higher ceiling. But if Kirk Cousins were to miss the entire season due to an injury, you play Jaren Hall and you see what you have. This team ain't going anywhere if Kirk Cousins gets injured for the season. With Nick Mullins, Jaren Hall, or anybody else that they can find off the scrap heap. But in that dire circumstance, I'd rather see what Jaren Hall can do. Other notable results from the game, Tristan Jackson absolutely deserves a roster spot on this team. All due respect to Jalen Nailor, I'm keeping Tristan Jackson over Jalen Nailor at this point. This guy's got speed, this guy's got hands, and he absolutely deserves a shot to be the Vikings' 4th or 5th receiver. Of course, you've got Jefferson, Addison, Osborne, and Jalen Reagor is probably going to make this roster because he secured the punt returner job today by not returning a punt at all. I'll leave the rest of that to the imagination. Dwayne McBride also looked solid. Again, the offensive line looked good at times, didn't look good at times. I also like what I saw from Aaron Dykes. He should absolutely be this team's kickoff return specialist, and I anticipate that Kenny Wong will probably be put on injured reserve. Don't have any confirmation on what exactly the situation is, but from all accounts, I don't think we're going to see him this year. I hope I'm wrong, but I like what I've seen from the Dykes kid, and ultimately, I do believe he's going to be our kickoff return specialist. What I am most looking forward to is this defense. We haven't seen the Brian Flores defense run by the first stringers yet, but we've seen enough progression from the second and third stringers to see what he plans on doing. I cannot wait to see what this defense does when it has its starters in. When you're talking about Danielle Hunter, Marcus Davenport, Ivan Pace, Byron Murphy Jr., as well as Harrison Smith, this defense is going to be exciting. There are going to be times where it gets burned, but it actually is going to be exciting because we get to see them attack an offense as opposed to react to one, sit back there and get picked apart left and right. First team offense still boils down to the interior of the offensive line. I still don't understand why the Vikings have chosen not to address this area and why they are banking so much on the idea of continuity with all 5 starters for the second straight year. Having said that, Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, come on down. Can't wait for you and KJ and Addison and TJ Hawkinson to absolutely be a top 5 offense this season. Hopefully, the Vikings can avoid the injury bug, particularly on the interior of the offensive line, because we know that that is Kirk Cousins' biggest weakness, but I am looking forward to this season. It is going to be exciting. They're going to be in a lot of shootouts. As I said, the defense, it's going to get sacks, it's going to get pressures, but it's going to give up a little bit in the run game. But at the end of it, I would rather have an opportunistic defense that takes its swings, and even though it might get counterpunched, at least is going to go down swinging, and at least is going to go and attack opposing teams' offenses. But those are my thoughts. Let me know yours. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me know what you thought of Jaren Hall's performance as well as the Vikings' overall performance this preseason. And if you didn't have an opportunity to see my thoughts on the latest on the TJ Hawkinson saga, then as always, SKOL. To the next episode.